Welcome to the Bristol Flyers channel. So today it's going to be about arenas, but we're also going to be talking about the past few games that happened this week. First, we're going to start with the Cheshire Phoenix and Leicester Riders, and then we're going to talk about the Cheshire Phoenix and the Sheffield Sharks. The Cheshire Phoenix and the Leicester Riders game was amazing. We saw the Cheshire Phoenix utilize every point shot they can with the tactics available. They have a guy who can play at every level on the court. He can be your guy that posts up. He can be the guy that shoots the three from the perimeter, and he can also be the guy that finds the space to shoot the mid-range shot. So that guy is very versatile, and that guy is Aaron Ray. We also have a big that can shoot with Skylar White, and so these guys who are on the Cheshire Phoenix, they are looking to make an impact in the league right away. They went up against, though, in the following week, Sheffield Sharks, who had to a point to prove that they're a very good team. They lost to Newcastle, and if you watch that match between Newcastle and Sheffield Sharks, everyone knew that the Sheffield Sharks was literally outclassing them in every way. But what happened was Sheffield Sharks started to get a little fatigued or tired and relied on a perimeter shooting because they couldn't get into the rim, which is not good, because once you do that, you're going to take more contested shots, and when you take more contested shots, you're going to have a less shooting efficiency. So it was a good display from Sheffield Sharks against Newcastle, but then when they went against Cheshire Phoenix, they were taking more transitional shots and trying to find open mid-range spaces, as well as trying to shoot off perimeter, which basically made it very hard to defend against, making them shoot more. And this is the kind of tactics you need in basketball. The NBA do this all the time with their teams. Their teams aren't just mainly shooting threes outside, even though they have the guys that can do that. You already seen, I believe his name is Fox. He can shoot threes as well as do layups and twos, and Steph Curry. These guys can literally light up any league in the world with threes. So, but they don't rely on that. They can lay up and they can do a mid-range shot, which most NBA teams do rely on. So, moving on from those guys, we got Bristol Flyers. Bristol Flyers, I'm impressed with what I've seen so far. They're a team that looks like they can go very, very deep into the league, probably getting a second spot or first. I think they should be able to get a first spot. I mean, the trophy should be exciting this year, because a lot of teams are very strong and are very able to put in a good performance. So we should be seeing very, very good teams this year, and seeing the Bristol Flyers obviously take it to work on the Plymouth City Patriots, and they showed that they're capable of winning, and they literally dominate the Patriots. And then we see the Patriots go against Leicester Riders and put up a good performance, so we know that the Patriots are not a weak team, they're a strong team. So these couple of matches that are games that are going to happen is going to be exciting, because we've got very strong sides. We already know London's they're already winning the games, and because London's a very, very good team and very well coached, and they're strong enough to win these games. But I'm looking at it and thinking that it will be a struggle going further as these teams start to find their legs. You can start seeing already, like, most of the teams are starting to gel, and with the London Lions, we're looking at a team that's good, but they're going to have tough opposition in the league this year. Very, very tough. So it's not going to be a walk in the park. Sorry to all the players from last year. It's going to be very difficult to really put those points on the table for London Lions as well. Alright, so we're going to be moving on to Bristol Flyers and their new arena, and why some fans do not believe it's going to be built. We're going to also talk about how long it took for the Ashford Gate Arena. Sorry, I said arena, stadium to be built. We're going to look at how long it took that to be built and the time period, and we're going to see how long or what we're looking at for the Ashton Gate Arena to be built. Alright, so we're going to get into that. So let's talk about the Bristol Flyers new arena that's on the way, the Ashton Gate Arena. Now, if you look at the Ashton Gate Stadium that was basically expanded on and refurbished in 2014 to 2016 over a 2-year period, I can't understand why fans do not think the arena wouldn't be built in the same amount of time. But then again, I can understand. And I think the reason why fans are a bit worried or don't think it's going to get done is because of how immense the actual project is. We're not just talking about an arena that sits 4,000 people. We're talking about a whole sporting quarter. That means multiple arenas in one section with an actual pavement, sidewalk, whatever you call it, in the middle, lots of areas to sit down, a whole food court. This is what we're talking about, as well as them making a whole new residential plot called Longmore, which is, a lot of time and money go into it. So a lot of people just don't see it happening. But for me, I kind of do see it happening. And the reason why I see it happening is this. Ashton Gate and Ashton Gate Arena would finish off what Bristol has already started, the company has already started. They have already got the Bristol City FC playing out of the Ashton Gate Stadium. Now they need to get an arena and get all of their rugby teams in a situation where it's nearby. And to me, that just sounds like they're already just trying to continue what they already started. So do I see it getting built within a two-year period? Yes, I see the arena getting built. I do see that starting and finishing in a 2-year period. Do I see them finishing the court in the 2-year period? No. I don't see that getting finished until 2027, 2028. So I do understand why fans are concerned, but for me, I think there's not really too much to be concerned about. 4,000 seats though, do you think 4,000 seats is enough? See, I like Caledonia's approach where they're going for a 6,000 seater arena. Now to me, that is a fair size. Okay, people are going to say, well, can they fill it up? The idea is you want to keep on attracting customers to eventually fill up those seats. That's what the point is. Having 4,000, 3,000 limits you to those numbers, and then you're going to have to extend more. Whereas if you already have those seats there, you don't have to put more extension on. You just sell the tickets to fill up those seats. Now, another thing that's been asked, and I'm going to talk about it in my next arena talk, but it won't be the next week. That will be something else. Next week we'll be talking more about the games, the teams, certain jerseys, and if a new team should join the league. But the next arena talk, we're going to be talking about London Lions and if they should build a dedicated arena. I said yes, they should. They should definitely have a dedicated arena, and I'm going to explain why in my next video that they should have a dedicated arena. Just like Bristol Flyers, just like Caledonia Giants, London Lions is putting themselves in a lot of trouble playing at the Copper Box. Now don't get me wrong, the Copper Box is ideal for me. I can take a train or a bus directly to the Copper Box. It's ideal for me, and it's ideal for a lot of people who live in the East London and South East London. The problem for me And where I kind of get a bit upset is that people can just, or I shouldn't say people, but other teams, companies, organizations, and even a group of people can kick out the London Lions. And that isn't a good look, especially for the team that is proclaiming to be the mascot of the British Basketball League. The team that is trying to move the league in a good area. We need to start looking at how, the copy box is kind of ruining that. For example, I'm going to touch it lightly. I'm touching it lightly before I go. For example, in one of the matches, we see the copper box leaking. That's not a good look. Having copper box leak in your stadium or your arena leaking is not a good look, especially when you are trying to be the leaders of a league. The next is the fact of that the players and the whole basketball team got kicked out of the copper box arena due to, I believe it was a bingo match or something similar to that. They were kicked out and they had to find a new arena within Crystal Palace to play their, I believe it was their playoff games. That cannot happen. It's not professional. It doesn't look good on the league, and it doesn't look good on the London Lions. And also, we need to see more dedication from the Lions. But I will be talking more on that point next video. But that's been me. Until next time, peace.